North Korea has reacted to fresh UN sanctions with its trademark defiance and aggressive rhetoric. It said there will be no negotiations on its nuclear weapons program and will retaliate against the United States. Here's Arirang's Kwon Jang-ho.
North Korea has vowed to continue its nuclear program in the face of the latest UN sanctions. In several statements released on its state media outlets on Monday and Tuesday, Pyongyang slammed the new UN resolution, describing it as a criminal and illegal document led by the US. It called its own nuclear program a measure for self-defense against US hostility and added that it would never be put on the negotiation table. The regime also vowed to retaliate against Washington and that the US mainland was no longer a safe haven despite being on the other side of the Pacific Ocean. This is in reference to the recent ICBM tests, which Pyongyang claims can now reach the US. Several statements also took aim at South Korea, accusing Seoul of being a dog of the US and that its support of the sanctions was a betrayal, sacrificing their compatriots. It also said it showed Seoul's intentions for dialogue were just hot air and threatened that Seoul would lose the opportunity to deal with the regime if it continued following this path. Pyongyang's foreign minister is also said to have repeated the regime's sentiments during a meeting with his counterparts at the ASEAN Regional Forum on Monday, according to a transcript of his speech provided by the delegation's spokesperson.
We have explained that unless the US stops its hostility and nuclear threat towards North Korea, our nuclear and ballistic missile program will never be up for negotiation. We will never yield in the path that we have chosen to strengthen our nuclear capability.
Seoul's foreign ministry has urged North Korea to take the path of denuclearization, adding that more sanctions would be forthcoming if it didn't cease its provocations. However, the ministry also stressed it would continue to seek a diplomatic solution despite mounting challenges. Kwon Jang-ho, Arirang News.